the next step, step number 2 of today's healing, we redid the gold energy aura buffer zones, and we added more gold light to the gold energy aura buffer zones. We pretty much tripled the amount of gold energy in those gold energy aura buffer zones. So there is a whole separate video. It's 16 minutes long. If you don't know what they are, I recommend that you watch that video if you want, even if you just half listen while you're eating breakfast or while you're getting ready for bed. I really think it's worth your time. It's good for energy safety and self-defense. So therefore it helps with, you know, stress, and it helps not to have big shifts in your mood suddenly. And it helps with focus and productivity, just because when you're safer, then you can just, you're better at what you're trying to do. So anyway, but in the healing on a spirit level, everybody already knew what gold energy aura buffer zones are. It's basically like around the outside of your aura, there's this 6-foot gold energy aura buffer zone. So there's a buffer zone of all this gold universal healing energy of 6 feet all the way around the outside of your aura that you create. And your angels, again, you know, I didn't invent that technique. I just learned it from the angels. So they already knew about it. I just learned it, you know, late September last year and taught it starting October 1st of last year, 2017. But anyway, like I said, it's a separate video, so I won't walk you through that. But all the participants, I did make sure that they were able to do it, because your angels know the technique, like I said. And if you're just an energy geek and you were not participating, and you have not participated in these healings in the last couple months, then, you know, A, you can watch that video, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones, and learn. And like I said, B, your angels already know what it is. So at the least you could say, well, hey, angels, can you give me a brand new set of Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones every night in my sleep? You know, that would be cool. But anyway, it's something that you need to recreate during the day, ideally, but it just takes a second once you learn in that video. But anyway, so we added gold light even more to it. And so you could do that now, just if you already have those buffer zones. If you don't, probably watch the video. But anyway, we just added. So if you imagine your gold energy aura buffer zones out in front of you, and if you're a participant, you have them, even though you didn't realize, because you get prepped by your angels in your sleep. So you have your aura, and then you have all this gold light 6 feet all the way around you. And so we just added to it and added extra gold healing energy. And it's not your energy, that's key. This stuff is universal energy outside of your aura, because if people throw stuff at it, it's a buffer. It gets harmed, but your aura doesn't get harmed. I mean, unless you never replace it, then eventually it's so ripped up it can't protect you, and then your aura gets harmed, which is you, right? But so the gold energy aura buffer zone, it shouldn't be you. It's not your energy. So you just make it with your mind, your intention. You're creating it with your hands, and you just make it universal gold light. So just imagine, okay, universal gold light, this big flowy, giant 6 feet all around field of energy all around the outside of my aura, and just keep adding to it more and more and more and more and more. Because on a spirit level, it's not that hard. It's not like I just told you to walk 50 miles, you know? On a spirit level, you can do stuff pretty easily. So you just add to it, and you're like, okay, cool, that's 3 times as much gold light. Yay, good for me. So good for you, good job. Okay, so that was step 2. And the reason we did that, it just looked to me like people's, I mean, I have always been upping mine, and I guess the angels have been telling me to do that, but I haven't really thought about it in that I should tell people, oh, you know, you can always add to how much gold light you have around you. So the angels told me everyone needed more, you know, so that's why we did step 2. Step number 3 of the healing is super simple, so everybody could do it right now. And it is not new, it's just awesome. It's just you ask your angels in your mind to, and I'll walk you through the phrasing and everything in a sec, but you just ask your angels to clear planetary darkness from your body, mind, and spirit. So planetary darkness is like you know, icky energy that exists. And, you know, and it's here because it helps you learn and grow, because you need challenges. You need to be around some people who are not pure and good, you know, so that you can be challenged. You can, you know, you need to be around some people that are dishonest or disrespectful so that you can learn non-judgment, so that you can learn safety, so that you can, you know, learn to grow strong, you know, have inner strength, you know. So that's why there's darkness on the planet. Like, you can't just clear it out because people, well, people are channeling it, you know, because sometimes people have what's I would refer to as like a dark life, where they're, you know, they're pretty dishonest like their whole life or whatever, you know, they're doing a lot of negative things. But technically those people are learning too, because when they're done, they go to heaven and the angels show them what they did and they're like, oh my gosh, really? You know, and then they learn, you know, so everybody's learning. But, you know, you could choose, okay, I don't want to channel that stuff. I don't want to, you know, be harmful to myself and others. You know, so that's what this is. You just ask your angels to clean it out of you. And you could do it as much as you want. You know, I mean, I think for most people, like once a day would be more than enough. Unless maybe you have like the worst job ever. Like maybe if you're a bartender, that's not a really safe job energetically, because bars have a lot of unsafe energy that's trying to fuel people with their addictive behaviors, so whatever. But so if you're a bartender, maybe ask for that like twice during your shift. But anyway, okay, so all you do is say in your mind, angels, can you please clean out planetary darkness from my body, mind, and spirit? And your personal angels will just hear that. If you just say angels, your personal angels will hear you and they know what to do. So you don't have to worry. You just think it. Angels, can you please clear out planetary darkness from my body, mind, and spirit? And then all you have to do is sit and breathe. You know, some nice deep breathing is always good. Yeah, that was nice. And it's important to understand that it works whether or not you feel it physically. The more present you are, the more experienced you are with meditation and healing, you will actually feel it as it's happening. But newbies probably may not feel it as it's happening, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means you're not quite as present, because being in your physical body is how you feel. So if you're kind of half in, half out, that was still a really positive thing for you to ask your angels to do, and a lot got cleared. But since you're not in enough, you didn't feel a shift physically, okay? So newbies have to go on faith for a while until they clean out enough so that they can be very present and then feel everything in the moment as they do it. But newbies even, you know, look for changes in your day or the next day, or how you sleep, or the next day, how you wake up. You know, you can still find evidence of yourself healing if you're a newbie. You just probably won't feel it every little thing as it happens. But me, I'm not a newbie, so as that was happening, I felt shoulder tension easing up. I felt facial tension easing up. I felt kind of like this sense that things are going to work out. You know, but I'm not a newbie, you know, and I love newbies, so don't lose hope just because you're not present enough yet. That means you need to keep doing this stuff. Okay? All right. So that was step 3. Easy peasy. And if you like it, you can always do it again with a quick walkthrough video that I have that is basically that same name. It's like angel clean out of planetary darkness energy, something like that. And it's like a 3-minute video in my Quick Techniques playlist. And Tricolor Earth Energy Soak is in the Quick Techniques playlist also. Okay, so that was step 3. So then step 4 Step 4 is interesting. This was one of the rewrites. It was going to be a more involved process, but the gold sandstorm was working so well, had worked so well for people, and the wide grounding had worked so well for people. It wasn't necessary. I was going to do sticky gold wax on all 7 of the physical and spirit chakras. So 7 chakras up and down the spirit spine, physical spine, and then 7 chakras along the spirit body spine. If you're new, you haven't watched me much before, everyone says 7 chakras, you know, energy centers along the spine, but you actually have 2 sets because you have a spirit body and a physical body. So each set has 7 chakras, but you know, details. So anyway, but I was gonna do sticky gold wax for everybody, which is a walkthrough video. You could learn it just for fun if you wanted. That's in the quick techniques playlist. Sticky gold wax for 7 chakras, something like that. But I didn't need to do that. But I did do gold light, gold healing energy up and down all the chakras. Oh, and this was kind of fun. I'll walk you through just a little bit of it, although I did do it for 3 minutes in the healing. So you imagine all 7 chakras and all 7 chakras. So like your physical chakras along your physical spine, 7 of them, and then your spirit chakras along your spirit spine, all 7 of them. And orientation wise, like a chakra is like an open cylinder shape. So let's get a nice color. Okay, so that's a nice color, right? So the chakras ideally have different colors, like rainbow colors. Going up is kind of what I like, you know. But if you're super newbie, super newbie, you've never heard about chakras before, thinking of them all as a rainbow might be too much information. So basically you could just think of 7 round cylinders out in front of you, you know, with a round opening at one end, round opening at the other end. And just like this, it's one end is a little bigger than the other. So the 7 chakras, the 7th is like this in the top of the head. So it's real tiny, but it's oriented this way. And then the other 6 are oriented this way. Boom, 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 boom. So just imagine like all these little, you know, cylinders, open cylinders like this, open end and open end, you know, and the top one is like this. And the others are like boom, 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 boom. So 7 is this way, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 7 is this way, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But if that's blowing your mind, just think, okay, I'm not going to think of how they look. It's just in my intention. I'm going to make live copies of all 7 of my physical body chakras, all 7 of my spirit body chakras. So you don't have to see them or even imagine them. Just say, okay, fine. My intention is, my thought is that all the chakras are here, 7 and 7, physical body and spirit body, right? And then that's fine. And then use your hands or your imagination. But I like using my hands and my imagination because I can feel. And I think the more you do it, the more you'll be able to feel like physically with your fingers. And plus your fingertip chakras are super cool. They generate gold light, as does your hand chakra in the center of the palm of your hand. So that's another reason to use your hands, because it's like, they're like awesome gold. They're awesome generators of healing energy. So anyway, so you just wash through all 7 and all 7. And I did this for everybody all at once, so you could do the same on yourself. So you're washing through all 7 of your spirit body chakras and all 7 of your physical body chakras at the same time. You just kind of comb downward real gently, unblock them, and just lots of gold light. Just let the chakras soak up a lot of this universal gold healing energy that you're using. I mean, when you're using it on yourself, you can generate your gold energy, your unique gold energy, but obviously I didn't do that. I don't want to send my energy to anyone. That would make people feel bad. So, but you can use universal gold light as well, just like I did. So universal gold light, just wash out the chakras and just let them absorb the gold light. I just felt like with this big shift that everybody's in, everybody just needed extra gold light. Just a little bit extra, you know, just to calm people down. And again, like I said, I took 3 minutes on this, so you just relax. Just let the gold light soak into the chakras and wash them out and clean them out and unclog them. All right. And if you want, you can pause the video and literally do it for 3 minutes if you want. But basically that was that. That was step 4. Step 5, actually you're already an expert at. If you did step 1, the Tricolor Earth Energy Soak with Divine Gold Sandstorm. So I am not going to walk you through that right now because it was identical. I just did the first part of the Tricolor soak. I just did the red soak. So I brought up the red earth energy and then I did the Divine Gold Sandstorm at the same time through the aura and the grounding, just to get like a really, make sure everything was draining out. Because again, we had a lot of newbies this time and a lot of people, just because of this big shift and all of a sudden it's a new year and everything, a lot of people, I had to make sure that they were releasing. So again, that's, I think because this video is long, that's going to be a separate video. So that's the separate video, Tricolor Earth Energy Soak with Divine Gold Sandstorm. So again, step 5 was, again, it was a spontaneous one too. I had planned something else, but again, we just did for step 5, the red soak of the earth energy with the Divine Gold Sandstorm through the aura and the wide grounding, making sure, you know, it was unclogged. The grounding was unclogged on the sides, everywhere. And then step 6 was another spontaneous one, which is, it's cool. I mean, I like knowing ahead of time, but you know, in the moment it's cool too. So step 6 was, because I saw some of the participants and they were just kind of freaked out about the new year and the energy shifts and everything. And so I used stacking and clearing energy blocks technique, which is not new. It's you know, from like the last couple months. It's a quick walk. Well, this walkthrough isn't so quick, so we'll do a micro version of it right now. But there is a nice 22, I believe that one's 22 minutes. The walkthrough video in the quick techniques playlist. It's probably the least quick video in this playlist because it's 22 minutes. But anyway, we did stacking and clearing energy blocks 5 times. So we did 5 sets of clearing energy blocks, just to help people specifically be okay with bringing in their own 2018 plans. Okay, so we'll just do maybe 1 set of that now. So out in front of you, you just imagine, and it doesn't have to be far out in front of you. It can be stacking and clearing. You kind of do it right in your aura right there. So you can kind of get a real feel for it, I think. And then when it's gone, you feel like, oh, it's gone. But the idea with stacking and clearing energy blocks is these energy blocks could be anywhere in your aura. They could be right up front, like right here, like first layer, you know, fears, nervousness, maybe would be mostly right here, but it can be even right back. It could be anywhere like in the first layer. That would be the nervousness, fear stuff. But it could be, you know, heart chakra, self-esteem stuff. It could be confidence stuff in here or up here. But it could be anywhere. You know, your energy blocks about 2018, you know, what's freaking you out about 2018 could be all over your aura, right? So enter the stacking and clearing energy blocks technique, right? Because what that is you just stack it out in front of you with your intention. You're like, okay, wherever those energy blocks that are messing me up about being ready for 2018, I'm gonna clear them right now. And so you just line them up out in front of you with your intention, because spirits are really capable like that. You can just do it. You know, even if you didn't know you could do it, it really works. So just imagine out in front of you like bricks or rocks or, you know, however you like to imagine energy blocks. I like bricks. But just, you know, imagine 6 of them. And it could be 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, you know, but about 6 energy blocks out in front of you at a time. And then that are energy blocks that are making you resist or be afraid of or be stuck about, you know, being ready for 2018. And, you know, if you watch this 2 years from now, change the year, you know. It still works. And just line up the energy blocks like bricks out in front of you. Just imagine it. And then bring up red earth energy from the center of the earth and with your intention, and just soak all these energy blocks in the red earth energy. And that's just calming. So if these energy blocks are a little intense, it just kind of relaxes you, and it just calms everything down a little and starts to drain off the energy from them too. And then with that red earth energy soaking in them that you just bring up from the center of the earth real easily with your intention, then you want to use gold light. And that's not only going to melt away the energy cords going into them, because probably you have friends and loved ones and business associates or whatever, or kids or whatever, corded into your energy blocks. They don't know they're doing it, but they do it. So you just gold light surround the bricks, these energy blocks, however you imagine them, rocks, bricks, whatever, in the gold light, and you just melt away any connections going into them. You don't have to worry whose it is. And then you just keep using the gold light, and just the more you do it, all the connections will be melted away, and then the bricks will start melting too. The energy blocks, you know, represented by bricks or rocks or whatever. And then the more you do it, all of a sudden they just kind of, you know, sometimes they melt very gradually, but sometimes it's like whoosh, they all just melted, you know. So it depends. Each time is a little different maybe. But mine just all melted. Whoop, I have one left, which is actually a good example. The reason that one is left is just because there were some energy blocks there. So I'm going to melt that away. A little bit extra. There we go. Okay. So that's how stacking and clearing energy blocks can be used to help you be ready for 2018. And like I said, we did 5 rounds of that in the healing today. So if you want to do the healing in a very exact, you know, replica of how it was done, you could pause the video and do as many rounds as you want. And again, that's stacking and clearing energy blocks technique. And there is a walkthrough video in the quick techniques playlist of that technique. And it's very multi-purpose, because you can say, oh, okay, I'm gonna clear the energy blocks that are making me crave, you know, cake. You know, they're making me overeat, you know, energy blocks that make me overeat, or energy blocks that make me argue with my partner, or energy blocks that make it hard for me to focus in math class, you know, you kids, right? Or energy blocks that make me really not want to do homework, you know, and then stack them out in front of you and melt them away. Use the red earth energy and the gold light and just keep working them until they go. And you can, you know, keep doing rounds of that to make progress on, you know, whatever issues you have. And again, you want to have an intention of doing what's healthy and gentle for you to clear right now. So if it's been a big, long, recurring issue for you for years, then, you know, just make a note in your meditation journal, which is just a place where you write stuff down to give you ideas for meditating. You know, write some of your issues that you want to work on, and then you can write, you know, stacking and clearing energy blocks technique, you know, so to remind yourself, oh, okay, I should do stacking and clearing energy blocks technique on, you know, maybe 2 of those issues today. Okay, so that was step 6 in the healing today. Step 7 was Step 7 was really cool. It was pretty quick, I think. People needed help. I mean, this is sort of getting ready for step 8, actually. Because step 8 is, you know, you align and bring in your goals for 2018. Like you kind of, well, I'll get to explain it more. But step 7 was preparing you for that, which is kind of to work on those connections between your body and your spirit. Your body and your spirit chakras connect at the 7th chakra of your physical body, you know, and then the 7th chakra of your spirit body. So if I could show you in a visual way my spirit body, you know, the 7th chakra at the top of the head, and then there's a connection right there. And if your 7th chakra is purple in both places, then the connection, I think, is best if you make it purple. And then the yellow, the connection here from your physical 3rd to your spirit 3rd, it's nice to make that yellow too. And you want it to flow so that there's communication between your spirit and your body. so that you know if your body's full, you've eaten enough, or you know if your body's a little overwhelmed and you need to maybe step away from the computer and go eat some protein. You know, you know that your body's tired now, so you should really go to bed and stop doing stuff on the computer. You know, it's good to have flowing communication between your spirit and your body, right? And so part of how that happens is with these connections. And if they're all like clogged up and black and there's nothing flowing in them, then you don't have the flow you need, and then you kind of miss the point. Like maybe you don't feel hungry when you really should eat, you know, silly things like that. Or you eat too much because you don't actually feel like you're full, even though your tummy's totally full, you know. But anyway, okay, so what I did is, and you can do this, just imagine, I'll do a tiny version. A longer good version is the video 7th and 3rd chakra tune-up. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll just refer you to that video. I love you, but this video is going to be too long otherwise. So, okay, like the 2-second version of it, and then just go watch that video if it's not long enough for you. 7th and 3rd chakra tune-up. It's in the quick techniques playlist. I think that video is actually pretty short. But anyway, so you imagine the 7th chakra flowing connection, and then the 3rd chakra flowing connection from your 3rd spirit to 3rd body, 3rd spirit, 7th body, whatever. You know, the purple connection up here, and then the 3rd connection here is yellow, right? So just imagine 2 like flowing rivers, right? Connecting your spirit and your body. Top one is purple, lower one is yellow, and you want them to flow really well. And so I brought up yellow earth energy for the lower one, and then I brought up purple earth energy for the upper one, just to kind of soothe and comfort them. And then there wasn't enough flow throughout that connection, so I used Divine Gold Sandstorm to clear that out. And in the 7th and 3rd chakra tune-up video, I don't use Divine Gold Sandstorm because I didn't know that technique back then, but I just use gold light to clean it out. But Divine Gold Sandstorm, I feel like it's just a little extra thorough because it's like all that gold light. So you just, you know, make this like Divine Gold Sandstorm go through that connection just to unclog it and repair it. And then the upper one too, Divine Gold Sandstorm through that 7th chakra connection from your physical 7th to your spirit 7th. Divine Gold Sandstorm. So it's a purple connection, and you're just doing Divine Gold Sandstorm to unclog it and to get everybody's cords off of it. And the lower one, yellow, it's a yellow cord, and you're doing Divine Gold Sandstorm just to get everybody out of it and keep it nice and flowing. All right. So step 8 was to align. This was really kind of I guess the finale step. I mean, there was one step after this, which was cool, but this was sort of the step that most, you know, was this theme of bringing in angel approved goals and plans for 2018, or to put it shortly for a video title, being ready for 2018. And all I had to do at this point, because everything else was like, it's like, you know, you put all this stuff in place, you get your great flow, you get healed, you get protected, you get cleaned out, you know, and then it's like there's just one last thing and then it all falls into place. So this was the one last thing for it to all, for you to bring in, for the flow to just be just right, to bring in all your 2018 plans and goals, and at the pacing that was healthy. You know, people, I think participants will probably be bringing them in for like 2 weeks now after today's healing. But, you know, but fortunately the participants also have the Sunday healing and the Tuesday healing, so they're going to be like rock stars by then. But anyway, you energy geeks can be rock stars too, of course. Okay, so, like I said, most things were in place to bring in the 2018 goals and plans that you've made with your angels in your sleep. But, and I say bring in because you bring it in from the top of your aura. That's always how it happens. When you bring in stuff, that's how you wake up in the morning. You come in through the top of your physical body's aura and you come in through your head, your physical head. But that's explained in Sleeping and Waking Up videos playlist. But anyway, so the only extra step was to align the body chakras. You know, so all the chakras of the physical body, because you're bringing in the 2018 energy, you know, the goals and plans of 2018, sort of the map of 2018, your personal map that you've made with your angels. You're bringing in as much of that that is good for you to bring in right now through your physical body's aura and your physical body's energy centers, right? So I did a red earth energy soak and then Divine Gold Sandstorm, just in different spots, just to, so, you know, make a copy out in front of you of your aura, how you're seated, your cute little body, and your grounding, right? And then just do red soak, bring up nice big red wide grounding, right? As high as your third chakra, as low as the center of the earth in your little copy. And then bring up your red earth energy all the way up. Soak, 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 all the way above your head. God, that feels good. But again, if you don't feel it, it still works. You're just, that means you're not as present as I am, which, you know, I mean, come on, I've been doing this for a long time. Give yourself a break. It's still working. So bring up the red earth energy all the way up, 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 up. Soak in the red earth energy, and then Divine Gold Sandstorm, and just particularly with the 7 chakras along your physical body spine. So just with your intention, you're healing the physical body chakras along your physical body spine, all 7. 7 is on the top of your head, 1 is at the base of your spine. But you're just healing all of them and aligning them. And just like kind of, it's as if, you know, like when they safe crack and they're just like, oh, it's almost right. Ah, got it. You know, it's like there's just a vibration where you're on the same page with these 2018 goals and plans that you've made with your angels. And again, these are not like your ego plans. So like, because I know some clients, they have, maybe they're very materialistic sometimes, but they know they should be less materialistic, but they're thinking all about their money goals. They're not really thinking about their, like, you know, they're not thinking of like the deeper stuff, like compassion or inner strength or safety or courage, or, you know, like there's a deeper level than just, oh, I want to make $10,000 more or whatever, you know, like the deeper level for that would be, you know, financial stability or abundance, you know, or clearing fear, you know, all that stuff, you know. So anyway, when I say you're bringing in your goals, that's the stuff that you and your angels created. So that's angel approved stuff. So it's not like, you know, whatever petty stuff that maybe you don't realize is petty, but your angels are like, seriously? This is the stuff that your angels and you were working on together that you're bringing in, which is great because that's what's in your highest best interest, is always to align with, you know, stuff that's angel approved, you know, whatever is best for you to manifest in 2018. So that's what we're bringing in. So that you just kind of heal with the Divine Gold Sandstorm and this red earth energy soak, and just align your body chakras, because your spirit's already all set because you've been working with your angels on the astral in your sleep. So you just have to kind of align your 7 chakras of your body enough so that it's like just right, and you can kind of feel like, oh wow, I think it's coming in now. And it's just an intuition. But if you don't trust your intuition, because newbies doubt everything, just do it for a little bit, you know, and just feel like, okay, I'm going to align my body's chakras, my physical body's chakras, so that they're on the same page with these angel approved goals that I have for this coming year. You know, and once they're on the same page, then it can kind of start to flow in better. And I also helped unclog with the Divine Gold Sandstorm and the red earth energy soak, the upper part of the physical body aura, because again, that's the part that you wake up through. You have to, that has to be nice and flowing for you to bring in all this good stuff. So above the head, I use Divine Gold Sandstorm specifically above the head quite a bit here. So above the physical body's head, Divine Gold Sandstorm and the red earth energy soak, just to like dislodge any chunky energy, because you don't want energy blocks in the way of you bringing in these good things all your good map, right, that you made with your angels for 2018. And again, you know, maybe there's stuff that you're meant to bring in March or stuff you're meant to bring in August, but this won't mess that up. You know, you're just bringing in, you're just aligning to this divine plan that you've made with your angels for 2018 so that whatever needs to come in now will come in now. So then you'll just get this sense over time of like, okay, I know what I'm doing. You know, I've got the map. I'm in a new place, but I got my map, right? Okay. And then it was just the final step, which, you know, which is easy. Everyone can do it, I promise. But we did, there was, as we were doing this step, somebody's angels was like, redo the gold energy aura buffer zones. So if you don't know what those are yet, because you haven't yet watched the gold energy aura buffer zones video, which is 16 minutes long, totally recommend it. But you can just say, angels, can you please redo my gold energy aura buffer zones? And if that's a too long name for you, just say gold buffers. Your angels know what that is, but it's a buffer that's around your aura. That's 6 feet all around of universal healing energy. Super cool and good for safety. So anyway, angels, can you please redo my gold energy aura buffer zones? Yay. And then they do it real fast and easy because angels are cool like that. And then the real step 9 was to ask your angels for a healing and a blessing. And that's how we ended the healing. And that's how we'll end this video. So just go ahead in your mind, angels, can you please give me a healing and a blessing? And all you have to do is just, you know, breathe, just receive. Your angels use gold light to heal you when you're in the lifetime. So you just, if you want, you can imagine the gold light, but you don't have to. You can also just think, okay, I want to receive my angel's healing. And that's good enough. That'll open you up to it. And you can let that continue as long as it needs to continue. I mean, your angels know, you know, like if you need a whole 5-minute healing now, they're going to do it. But we could wrap up the video, you know, maybe you just needed a little bit. I think my angels are going to keep healing me for about 5 minutes actually, myself. So, but we can wrap up the video. So I enjoyed teaching you guys the techniques from this healing and explaining to you why they were used. And if you are a participant, good for you for watching the video and learning and continuing with the techniques, using them on yourself, and energy geeks too, good for you. And oh, and I think, you know, I didn't mention there are only 12 spots left. Well, maybe 10 now, but there are only a few spots left for the January 19th triplet set of 2018. So I wouldn't procrastinate. If you already have the money for it, just go for it. It's not a lot of money actually. You'd be surprised if you check out my website. Okie dokie. Bye.